So the first tip that I want to share with you is getting that practice first. And I remember when I first got started, I was getting practice with people, just coaching them and just getting an idea of how I can help this person and what my coaching style was. And along the way, I picked up different coaching styles. And at first, I was just asking them questions, what they needed help with, and sometimes what people need help with is just somebody to listen to them or somebody to guide them or somebody to hold them accountable. And I learned that all of these things that I was helping these people with were coaching. And that's the best way that I got started was just first, honestly, me personally, I started giving sessions for free because I wanted to see I was, how I was doing, getting feedback from people. And then eventually I started giving discounted rates, very low. I remember I first got started, my first session was 15 bucks for one session. And then eventually I started building it up little by little as the confidence got better. I got better about my pricing. I eventually started going up to 25, 50, and so on. And for you, you can do the same. You could get started with either free coaching sessions, or you can also get started with maybe discounted rates where you charge very little and you can start charging people that way and people will sign up. Like, for example, I have a client, she's charging 100 bucks a session and she has a package where she coaches them for a year. And if you multiply all that 100 times 4, that's 400 a month. So you're looking at about $4,800 for the year, which is pretty good money if you think about it. You're making about 100 bucks an hour. So for you, what would be that discounted rate? How much do you want to charge? How much do you feel comfortable with? If you don't feel comfortable, just get started and just coach them at least. And then another thing you can do during the coaching sessions is you can ask them, "Hey, is it okay if I take notes while I'm coaching you? Is it okay if we pause and you give me some feedback just to check in, see how I'm doing, see if I'm helping?" Another thing you can do is you can record the session. Just make sure you ask for permission if you are going to record the session and just let them know that it is for yourself to review to see what your strengths are and how and where you can improve. Because every time you coach, you become more confident, even if the session isn't perfect. And that's another thing that a lot of people struggle with. A lot of coaches struggle with trying to get everything perfect in order to get started. Sometimes we think that we have to have the website, we have to have the logo, we have to have all these things. But really, all you have to do is just connect with people. Let them know you're a coach, let them know that you can help them, and let them know that you can help them in this particular area, whatever the niche is that you have. Let them know I can help you with your health, I can help you with your money problems. If you don't have a niche, that's fine. Just let them know, hey, I want to coach you so that I can get a better feel of where I'm going to coach around. And then people will be open to helping you if you ask them if you can coach them for free. Or again, if you feel confident enough to start charging, you can start at a discounted rate. Just get started. Okay. Now, the second tip is keep a wins file. And when we talk about keeping a wins file, it helps when you have this in your brain where your your brain it forgets the progress unless you remind it. So when we're reminding ourselves of the wins that we have, it can help us with our confidence. For example, simple things like saving screenshots or client feedbacks. Maybe you get a DM or an email or a testimonial, and then you see the impact that you made in the person. And then on top of it, you can also use that as a testimonial for you to share on social media. I've gotten DMs, I've gotten emails. Sometimes people will tell me, hey, I got a client. Hey, oh my God, I got two clients. And then I'll save those and I'll let the client know, hey, is it okay if I share this on social media? Or if they give me feedback that it was very helpful to them, then I ask them, hey, is it cool if I get a testimonial from you? Yeah, perfect. So getting those wins, and then also making sure that you write down your wins. Every small breakthrough in your sessions that you feel that you saw your client had an insight, celebrate those. Remind yourself that, wow, I am making an impact so that you can prove to yourself that you are an amazing coach and that you can make a big impact in people's lives. And then you can then at the end of the week review the file. This will train your mind to see proof of you making a difference. So for you, it's important that you're celebrating your wins, celebrating yourself, because oftentimes we don't take a moment to celebrate ourselves. What we do is we say, okay, great, I got a win next. Okay, great, I got to win next. But if you take a moment to see the impact that you're making in people's lives, it could really shift your mindset and show you how powerful you are. Because confidence grows when you have proof you're already creating an impact. And that's the impact that you can make as a coach. And then the third and final tip that I want to share with you is mastering your mindset with daily priming. And when I talk about priming, I talk about like the self-talk because your self-talk, it shapes your belief. Your words, they turn into a thought. That thought creates the way you feel. That feeling creates the action you take, and that action creates the result that you get. If you get a negative result, here comes another negative thought, feeling, action, result. And then it's a vicious cycle of negative thinking. And then it's you can also and when you have negative thoughts, you doubt yourself, you don't believe in yourself, you're hard on yourself. But let's say you do the opposite and you're good to yourself, you tell yourself some daily affirmations where you are reminding yourself, hey, one of my personal favorites is I expand in abundance, success, and love every day as I inspire those around me to do the same. And then I also tell myself all these other ones that help me to start to put in my brain these positive affirmations that eventually turn into a thought, feeling, action, result. Because if you're telling yourself good things, you'll be kind to yourself, you'll believe in yourself, and you'll take better action than if you were doubting yourself. Because if you're doubting yourself, you're most likely not even going to take action and then you're going to get paralyzed and then you're going to overthink and then you're going to wait for the perfect time and the perfect time will never come. And but one thing that will come is just procrastination and you won't do anything. You'll just sit there and wait for things to finally happen in order for you to take action. You got to take imperfect action instead of perfect inaction. And another thing that I recommend is visualizing your coaching success. It's very important that you visualize yourself, picturing yourself as this confident coach helping clients and hearing their breakthroughs. When I'm about to have a session, I like to have a moment where I kind of prime myself to feel pumped up, to feel excited, to say, hey, I'm going to serve this person. I'm excited to talk to this person, to help them the best possible that I can. And I visualize myself hearing my client having a breakthrough so that way when I show up on the call it's as if I already had the call and it had been rehearsed in my brain and now I'm going through the motions again, replaying again what we did, what we talked about, or the Zoom call that we had or the in-person session that we had, and I'm already seeing that we're going to have a breakthrough because I'm already showing up with the mindset that this already happened, it's just a replay and now I'm going to help them. And also making sure that you are limiting your comparisons, like limiting comparing yourself to people because sometimes we spend so much time scrolling and then we see other people's success and then we compare our success to theirs. And then what that does, it makes us feel like we're not good enough. It makes us feel like I'm not that far ahead like they are. And I encourage you that you should not be comparing your chapter one to somebody's chapter 20. Maybe they've been in the industry for a long time and you're just getting started. They at one point just got started and you're just getting started. So making sure that if you are comparing yourself to somebody, maybe you need to unfollow that person because maybe you're feeling jealous or envious. Or maybe what you need to do is you need to start supporting that person and letting them know, hey, great job. Good job. Keep up the great work. That's so cool that you're doing that. And now you can start to build up even a relationship with these people. And you never know. Maybe this person one day will help you. Maybe with this one day this person will give you some advice or maybe give you an opportunity. You just never know. I tell you from personal experience because I've had moments where yeah, I felt jealous of somebody where I felt like, oh man, this person is so far ahead of me. And then I started to learn from a coach. Why don't you just start celebrating them, giving them some good feedback? And then I would give them feedback. I would tell them, hey, great job, man. Keep up the great work. And I even got a few times where people would say, wow, man, thanks so much for the support. Not a lot of people support me the way that you do. And sometimes I've even had opportunities where these people give me opportunities and they ask me, hey, like I know somebody that needs help with this. I can connect you. So you just never know, like these people, we think that they have it all, but sometimes they're not even getting enough support. And maybe your support could help them to feel even better. And then they're going to want to support you because the more, and another thing that I want to share with you is the more you see yourself as this confident coach, the faster that this will be reality for you, that you are a confident coach. And just remember that confidence, it's something you, it's not something that you wait for it. It's something that you build. And it's important that you continue to build this skill set. It's almost like a skill set to be able to be confident, but it takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. And if you feel that you need help with just being a more confident coach, that you feel like you need help to grow your coaching business, or you feel like you need help to get that blueprint on how to turn this part-time gig into a full-time gig like I did, I'll be more than happy to give you a free 30-minute consultation so that I can show you how you can get clients, make money, and make a living off of this. You can make a living off of this. I've been making a living off of this for almost like 6 years now. And I've been full time at this for quite some time now. So I know what I'm doing. And if you need help with this, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. And if you are liking these videos, please hit like and subscribe and hit that bell notification because every week I will be sharing a video like this on Mondays. Have a great day.